So we're down to the Emirates Singapore Derby, one of the big races on the calendar, certainly money-wise and also prestige-wise, certainly right up there with the very best, the Emirates Singapore Derby. So the 2,000 metres, very good lineup, a lot of form coming through the Patrons Bowl, of course. We'll show you that replay very soon. We've got a full field of 16, so Iznate is down the bottom of that page. Over we go, a couple of emergencies as well with Flying Tempo and Gold Hill. So it is the feature race of the afternoon, a very good contest. After the barrier draw on Wednesday morning, Matt caught up with some of the leading contenders, both jockeys and trainers.
I think every number is good. It's just gotta do my best, and you know, I don't wanna be way out there, but it is what it is, and now we just gotta work it out and see. Sonny is doing an unbelievable job with him, and I'm very happy to be on him.
How's his preparation been since the last start second?
He's very good, very fresh, and like I say, Sonny he knows the horse very well. So I got the confidence that we're gonna perform very well.
So I'm happy with my draw with Johnny Guitar, and basically his prep has gone very well. He trialled very well yesterday, and the only doubt is the 2,000 metres, like I said before. But obviously, it's the Derby and we got to go.
Well, if we don't try him, you never know. I think it's probably the weakest year for 4-year-olds, so might as well take a chance.
How confident are you that he can take that chance?
If he stays the trip, I think he'll be there. If he doesn't stay the trip, well, we'll have to work things out after that and see where we take him.
And how's his track work been, John?
He did a solid gallop today, worked really well. Went well into the back straight, was very happy. Horse was happy, I'm happy with the work.
Yeah, really good, lovely barrier. I mucked it up the other day trying to ride him a bit forward, which didn't suit him at all, so I'll just have to be a little bit patient and conservative, but it's a great barrier.
Are you confident that it'll measure up to this level, Group 1 level, Wall Street Boy?
Oh, look, we've got to improve, that's for sure, but if you forgive him the one run, then yeah, I think he probably will. 2,000 metres won't be a problem, that's a big factor. And
I think he'll go really well. He's a Group 2 winner in New Zealand on a little bit of a soft track, so looks like we're going to get that this week. Barrier 1's ideal run, he'll get a nice cosy run. James McDonald knows the horse, he won on him in New Zealand, so I think he's in with a real big chance. Come along leaps and bounds. We galloped him this morning on the grass. The rider said that he wanted to keep going and couldn't pull him up around the back, so he's come along really well. Perfect barrier. Spoke to Corey this morning, he said draw between 3 and 8, and he's drawn 5, so just ideal. Get a nice pie run from there, won't be doing any work, and hopefully we'll get home over the top of him.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that gate. She's in great form, and that gate will give us a good chance to be right there. Yeah.
She's always just come up short against the best ones. Do you think she can go a few better and take out a race like this?
Yeah, well, you know, she's stepping up to 2,000, and True Run 2,000 might just really help her get there, yeah. So she's bred to stay, and, you know, she's a really good miler, isn't she? And she's got a good strong finish on her. So, yeah, I'm really optimistic about her chances.
There's Alan Munro, of course, won the Derby last year. Very good chance with Bendician, who has drawn well. Let's get straight into some replays, and the Patrons Bowl, I guess, is the key replay we've got to have a look at. We'll have a look at it a couple of times, but Spalato got a relatively good time in the lead. Step It Up was there to strike. I think Johnny Guitar, Bendician all ran very good races in this.
Spalato and Step It Up, I think they had the two best runs in the race. Step It Up's been a victim in the past where he hasn't had good run in feature races. On this occasion, he was right where you needed to be. He went up to beat Spalato, but Spalato showed a lot of courage. Terrific run for his third outing. Looking back in the pack, Johnny Guitar gets home well. He's run well over 2,000 metres before. We saw him place behind Wild Geese in the QE2 Cup. And late on, in the blue and white colours of the Big Valley Racing Stable, Bendician has drawn well. People have memories of Jolly Shinju and also A Better Life, and I think that was an eye-catching run from the mare. So they all went particularly well. It's highly likely well, it's very probable that the winner could be in that first 4.
Yes, I think it's more than likely. As we have a look at the track work of Wall Street Boy, well, I was very keen on this guy, not to win the Patrons Bowl, but to win the Derby. Initially, a little bit disappointing with his Patrons Bowl run, but when you analyse it and have a look at the replays and what have you, I think it was a decent enough effort.
And when you also listen to what Cliff Brown had to say, that he probably thought he rode him a little bit too close. And as a trainer, you've got to do that, try different things. It didn't work, but that wasn't his grand final. This is. I like the way he worked both last week on the grass and this week on the poly track along the back of the track.
Okay, he has drawn perfectly, Wall Street Boy. What about Valbuena? Haven't really seen a lot of it at his 2 starts in Singapore. Could it be a surprise packet?
Well, there's vibes out of the stable, isn't there, that the horse is reaching its peak at the right time. I mean, from this replay, there's not really that many positives. Wall Street Boy, we've made excuses for him. Valbuena, late on, is battling away. It's been a little bit of a rush preparation to get him there, but if what we're hearing out of the stable is correct, that they think they might have got him close to 100% when it counts.
Yeah, it's hard to analyse and work it out, but I'm sure they would have enjoyed another couple of runs into Valbuena going into this.
Absolutely.
Let's have a look at Cordoba. Well, he's been a little bit keen when the pace has been against on a couple of occasions, this guy. And David Hill has elected to go with a cross noseband on Sunday.
That's right, just to help him settle. And tempo is also going to be critical for him. But he impressed me at the track work. I mean, we've seen Coronet Peak plenty of times this year and last year, and he's one of a pretty handy horse, a Class 3 sort of level, and he easily beat Cordoba in the track, Coronet Peak in the work. So from track work, I'd be giving him a fluker's hope.
Well, Laurie Laxon's got 3 runners in the big race. We've already spoken a little bit about Valbuena. What about Alfonso and Magical Talent on the turf here during the week?
Yeah, well, I thought, I liked the way they worked. It was comfortable work. They still clocked 36 seconds. I thought that Alfonso's work was better here. I liked his performance last time, and he's the sort of horse that can be up on the pace, as you can see here, Craig. Makes his own luck, and he's also drawn beautifully.
Yes, well, Alfonso is Nate through this race. Flight of the Sake has drawn terribly, but it looks to be a genuine 2,000 metre type.
Well, that's the thing. You've got to look for stayers, don't you? Flight of the Saker, keep an eye on him because he's been good his last couple of runs and he gets home well. Alfonso clearly headed by his Nate, so from a 2,000 metre perspective, Alfonso I thought was fantastic coming back here after clearly being headed. His Nate's okay. 1 or 2 others, Magical Talents out the back as well, and Flight of the Saker making ground late on. Now the question mark is, how does this form stack up against the Patrons Bowl? And I think people have got varying opinions on that. Danger Zone wasn't far away from those sort of horses, so I think the jury's still out on the strength of that form, but time will tell how it measures up in the Derby.
Okay, well, one horse that really has come into its own in the lates, leading into the race is Panama City. He's sort of come from nowhere, hasn't he?
He has. He ran a cracking race on International Day when he ran 4th, and since then he's come on and leaps and bounds and won a couple of races, so I'm glad he's there. I mean, these sort of horses we wouldn't have been talking about a couple of weeks ago for a Derby start, Edward, but here he is, coming off this very strong last start win.
Yeah, big thrill for Connections and great opportunity for Harry Cassim to retain the ride in a Group 1 race. But he's beating Dragon G here and those sort of horses. I think it's a decent step up from Class 4 to Group 1. I think it might be a little bit too tough for him, but at least to help that we've spoken about other horses, just how well they're going, at least you know that he is going well.
I think we probably agree that the winner's going to come out of the Patrons Bowl. I think it will anyway. Step it up. He was beaten that much in the Patrons Bowl, but he's drawn a shocking gate. Can he overcome that and play a part in the Derby?
Well, I'm going to say no. But, I might be wrong, but I think the gate might be too much for him.
And the second question for you, Edward, Spalato, can he run 2,000 metres strongly enough to win a Derby?
Gut feeling is no.
Yeah, and I've left him out of the top 4, Spalato. I think if he runs it, he probably goes very close to winning.
He won't get a better run than he had last time, and he just got there. Maybe one plus for him is that Step It Up drew wide.
Yes, potentially. I'm going to go with Wall Street Boy and a very good addition of the Derby. Bendician for second. Johnny Guitar, Flight of the Saker. But plenty of chances.
Yeah, I think it's a great Derby for that fact alone. I've gone Bendician to beat Valbuena. Johnny Guitar's run particularly well right through his campaign here, and Alfonso, just because he stays strongly, 15, 7, 2 and 9.
And I've gone for Wall Street Boy to beat Valbuena, Flight of the Saker, and I thought I had to throw in Spalato because we don't know what we're going to get. Said it last time and we'll say it again. If he produces what he's shown so far, he's going to be a big chance.